What's up, everybody? We are beginning Chapter 4 today. Chapter 4 as a whole is on parallel and perpendicular lines. Today, specifically 4.1, we're going to be talking about transversals and special angled pairs. Now, today, if you think about the first lesson of every chapter so far, we've learned a lot of vocabulary, and essentially that's kind of going to be what today is about as well, is vocabulary. Okay, our objective is to identify pairs of angles formed by parallel lines and transversals. Okay, also, sorry, I forgot to mention, if you go into Canvas, all right, you can download or print the notes that go along with this. Okay, I've just put in the modules on Canvas for Chapter 4. There's no video lessons. I'm creating the first one now. There are your notes. There are your slides that go with lesson 4.1, this lesson right now. Okay, their first vocab word is a transversal. A transversal is a line that intersects two or more coplanar lines, right? So a transversal is just a line that crosses two other lines. Okay, there are four types of special angle pairs that we will talk about in this lesson, and then we're going to review two other special angle pairs that we learned in Chapter 1. Okay, the first type of special angle pairs are corresponding angles, angles that are in the same position compared to the transversal and the two lines. All right, alternate interior angles, angles that are inside the two lines and opposite sides of the transversal. Okay, so please write down these definitions on your notes, or if you're creating your own notes, that's fine too. Alternate exterior angles, angles that are outside the two lines and opposite sides of the transversal. Consecutive interior angles are angles that are inside the two lines and on the same side of the transversal. And consecutive exterior angles, angles that are outside of the two lines and on the same side of the transversal. So notice we basically have two sets of vocab words that can mix or match to give us four different types. Okay, sorry, five different types. Notice alternate interior, alternate exterior. We have alternate and we have interior, exterior. Then we have consecutive interior, consecutive exterior. So again, our two words are alternate or consecutive, and then interior or exterior. And then corresponding here is just a fifth one that we have to learn and we have to remember. Okay, so here are some pictures, right? I always try to explain this as the two, normally our lines after this lesson will be parallel lines. Notice you can do it with any types of lines here, but normally when we start talking about these, we'll start talking about them with parallel lines. And the way I think of the parallel lines is like a road or an alley or something like that, because that's what parallel lines means to me, right? That's the visual that I represent. And so we can think of interior or exterior. Are they inside of the two lines or are they outside of the two lines? Are they in the hallway? Are they out the hallway? Are they inside the road? Are they outside of the road? Okay, whatever you think. So if we're thinking 3, 4, 5, and 6 here, all of these angles are interior angles because they are on the inside of the road. 1, 2, 7, and 8, those are all exterior angles because they are outside of the road, outside of the hallway, okay? And then where they're alternate or consecutive, alternate means opposite sides, consecutive means same sides. Okay, so corresponding is one, that's the one that we just need to memorize. Corresponding means they are in the exact same location. So if we're thinking about this in terms of we have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners or 4 angles here at this intersection. We have 4 corners or 4 angles here at this intersection. Both angle 2 and angle 6, if we're looking at their perspective intersections, angle 2 is up and to the right of this intersection. Angle 6 is up and to the right. They are both up. They are both to the right. They have corresponding positions. They are in the same position in their respective intersections of those two lines. Alternate interior. So again, interior means that it's inside the road or hallway or alley or whatever. But then alternate means that they're going to be on opposite sides. Notice 4 is to the left. Sorry, 4 is to the right and 5 is to the left. They're both inside, but they're on opposite sides of the transversal. Alternate interior. Alternate exterior, again, alternate means opposite sides of the transversal, but exterior means outside of the road or outside of the hallway. So we take a look, notice both angle 1 and angle 8 are on the outside, and then they are on opposite sides of the transversal. So alternate exterior. Excuse me. Consecutive interior, again, interior means they're on the inside, but now consecutive means they're on the same side. Both angle 3 and angle 5 are both to the left of the transversal. And then consecutive exterior means exterior obviously means they're on the outside, right? And then consecutive means same side. So both angle 1 and angle 7 are to the left of the transversal. So these are our 5 different special angle types that we have here. Just introducing some vocab words. This is essentially all that we're really learning today. That's new material, okay? Just knowing what these 5 different types of angles mean. So example, classify the number of angles that we have here. I will always ask you, are the angles inside the hallway, outside of the hallway, or both, a little bit of both, all right? And here we notice that angle 5 and angle 1, if we imagine our hallway or our road like this, notice 5 is on the inside, but 1 is on the outside, right? They are neither inside or outside. They're both. And whenever they are both, you can automatically know that they will most likely be consecutive. And if we take a look, right, in this intersection, angle 5 is to the left and above, angle 1 is to the left and above. So this here is going to be corresponding. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, we have our road. This time our road is going this way. Think, are the angles inside, outside, or both? We notice that they are both outside, right? They are both on the outside. So that automatically means we're going to have exterior angles because they're on the outside. Now think, in this transversal, are we on the same side or opposite side? Well, if you kind of tilt your head here to the side, 7 is here to the left and 2 is on the right, which means they are on opposite sides, but we don't say opposite exterior, we say alternate exterior. And again, I stink at writing and I don't like it, so I'm going to abbreviate here. Now let's go over here. Again, our hallway is going this way. Are the angles inside or outside? We notice both of them, angle 4 and angle 5, are on the inside. So that means we have interior angles here. Now we think, are they alternate or corresponding? Here's our transversal. 4 is to the right, 5 is to the left. They are on opposite sides. So we would say that those are alternate interior angles. Okay, so those are just some examples. Okay, so now review. These are 2 angle pairs that we've learned about in chapter 1. Review. Vertical angles are angles that are on opposite sides of intersecting lines. Remember that they are always congruent. Linear pairs are angles that are adjacent and supplementary. Adjacent means touching each other. They share an endpoint. They share a vertex and they share a ray. And they're supplementary, which means that they add up to 180 degrees. Now, give any pair of angles that match the description from the picture. Notice you have 8 angles, so that you will have multiple different variations of what could actually work. So go ahead, pause the video, actually answer these questions, think to yourself, see if you can figure them out on your own, and then come back and check. Remember that there's multiple different examples, so you could have given a potentially correct answer, but I just may not list it here, right? So hopefully you pause the video. We can talk about this. Corresponding means that they are in the same position, right? So think, angle 1 is in the upper left. Angle 5 is upper left. So 5 and 1 is just one example. 2 and 6 is another example. 2 and 6 is another example. 3 and 7 and 4 and 8. Those are all of the examples of all of the different corresponding angles. If I use a different color, alternate interior. Remember, interior means inside, so they have to be inside. And alternate means on opposite sides. So we see that 3 and 6 are examples. And then we also see that 5 and 4 are examples. If we do another color, alternate exterior. Exterior means outside, so that has to be on the outside. And alternate, again, means opposites. So we see that 1 and 8. And we see that 7 and 2. Consecutive interior. Running out of colors here, but consecutive interior. Interior means inside. We see that 3 and 5 are both to the left. So 3, 5 are examples, and we also see that 4 and 6 are examples. Now notice I forgot to include consecutive exterior. At my last school when I taught geometry, we didn't have to talk about consecutive exterior, but it's the same thing. Consecutive exterior, if we then get an even, I'm going to just write it off to the side here. Consecutive exterior, exterior means outside, same side means consecutive. So 1 and 7, 1 and 7 would be consecutive exterior. And also 2 and 8 would be consecutive exterior. Again, running out of colors. Vertical angles means opposites. Remember 7, 6. 7, 6 would be verticals. 5, 8 would be vertical angles. 3, 2 would be vertical angles. And 1, 4 are vertical angles. And linear pair, I'm going to write in yellow. Hopefully you can see it. Linear pair means right next to each other, add up to 180. There's a lot here, so 7, 5 works. 7, 5. Also, 5, 6 works. 7, 8 works. And 8, 6 works. All right, so technically there's 4 here, right? 1, 2, 5. 7, 5, right? 7, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8, 6. Good. All right, and then that's not even thinking about these up here. These would be 1, 2, 1, 3 also works. 2, 4 works. And 4, 3 works. So a lot of linear pair options. Okay, those are all of the different types of special angles that we have, either from this chapter or from chapter 1 way in the beginning. Excuse me. Oh, that's all I have? All right. That's all I got. Identifying angles, okay? See you in class. Have a great day. Go Mustangs.